Hi everyone, my name is Tristan Campbell. I'm an instructional designer here for Family and Consumer Sciences at Texas Tech University. And in this Accessibilities Basics tutorial, we'll be looking at tables. Now, a couple of guidelines for tables is tables must never have split, merged, or empty cells. We need to add text and content to every cell. Now, this ensures for ease of navigation for those utilizing screen readers as they go through the content. We need to include alt text describing the table and purpose. Always add a caption to our table. And we do not need to utilize tables to format content in a Word document. So we'll go over that in the demo as well, what I mean on that. Now, when we're creating a table, we want to utilize the Insert tab in Word. Select Table and then cells that you need, and then Insert Table. We never want to select Draw Table, which creates inaccessible table. We need to give our table a title, identify the header row, prevent splitting rows across pages, so I'll show you how to do that in Properties. And lastly, once we have our content, we want to utilize the Design option for formatting our table. So let's put this to practice. All right, before we get started on creating the table in our demo today, I wanted to go over with you quickly what I meant by using a table to lay out your information, and that's what this looks like. Here you see I created a 4-quadrant table to lay out textbook information, but this unfortunately does not meet accessibility standards. What you would want to do instead is utilize columns to lay out your information. Now to do this, you can go to Layout out here at the top, and then under your columns drop down, you'll have a variety of column options, and this better meets accessibility standards. All right, now let's create that table. Now, as opposed to using a table to format your document or lay out your document, a table is used to organize information or organize data for the reader. And a great example of this is a class schedule. So to create my table, the first thing I want to do is go up to Insert at the top and select Table from the drop down. And from here, there are 2 options when inserting a table that meet accessibility guidelines. You can either hover over the rows and columns that you need, and once you select this, your table will be inserted in your document, or you can use the Insert Table option. A window will appear where you can then input the number of rows and columns that you need for your table. And once you click OK, a basic table will appear in your document. And you'll notice if I select this top row, which will be my header row, that the header row function or key up here at the top is already check marked. And this must be checked marked to meet accessibility guidelines because we want to note where our header row is located for a screen reader to easily navigate through the information of your table. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my headings for my table here. And once I do that, I can go ahead and start inputting the content within each cell. And as you create your table, always keep in mind that less or more simple is best. When you're creating a table, we do not want to merge cells and we do not want to split cells. When we do this, it makes it very difficult for a screen reader to go through the content within your table. And the table is meant to benefit the reader and organize information in a way so that they can anticipate what is required of them for the course. And it allows them to easily organize the information themselves in order to be successful in the class. So once I get some information in here, I'm just going to copy the rest of it over for ease of use here. And as I'm going through each cell here, a great way to easily navigate through your table is to just use your tab key, and you can go across and enter your information. And you'll see each cell within my table has content in it. Nothing is left blank. And this is what we must do to meet accessibility guidelines and allow for the screen reader to go through the information easily. Now for my assignments, I want my students to be able to complete this in an organized, ordered manner. So I'm going to go ahead and use an organized list to list out the assignments that they'll need to complete for their module. And I can use my ruler up here at the top to skew over those assignment numbers a little bit to create a little bit more room here. All right, once I have the information inputted in my table, I must insert my alternative text. And to do that, we need to get to the properties of our table. There are two ways to do this. You can either select the crosshairs of your table and then click on the left or right left click and scroll down to table properties, or on your layout of your taskbar at the top, you'll have your properties icon on the far left. And the first thing I want to do in my table properties, besides my alternative text, is I want to deselect this allow row to break across page. This is the default option for a table, and we must uncheck that because if this schedule goes beyond one page, I want to make sure that my row stays and does not split between two pages. I also want to make sure that I select repeat as header row at the top of each page to ensure that my header row can be seen if it goes across more than one page. Lastly, I'm going to go to alt text here and insert the title of my table, which is tentative class schedule. And then I want to insert my description, which is going to be tentative class schedule, including due dates and assignments for Universal Design for Learning course, and then click OK. After we have inputted the alt text for our table, we can now move forward with inserting a caption for our table. Now to do this, make sure that your table is selected. Go up to References at the top, and from here you'll have the Insert Caption option. Now for this table, my caption is going to be simply tentative class schedule. Make sure that my label is table, and the caption can either be positioned above or below the table. I'm going to select below and then click OK. Now from here, after you have your caption, we can look at some formatting and design options. Simply select your table again and go up to Table Design. And under your table styles, you'll have a variety of design and color options. I'm going to select this blue. And now I have a little bit easier read for my, easier to view for my readers who are going to be looking at my table. And lastly, to ensure my table meets accessibility standards, you can use your tab key to scroll through each cell to make sure that the screen reader will note each cell as it goes through listing the information within your table. And there you have it. We have our table that meets accessibility guidelines. Thank you.